Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Going deep right away. He's got it deep downfield. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead right away. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey! Great. Set. Delta.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. Get some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Great. Alpha. Delta.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That one's taken in by the rookie out of USC. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Delta.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dangerous route to have to defend, Brock. A lot of running backs are so good at sneaking behind defenders running that pattern.
And if you're going to find your back for a touchdown, Gate, this is the first route you'd expect. Get him a favorable matchup. This guy can flat out move. Send him out there, stress that coverage, and go deliver for 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This will end up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. He can run it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
That one's caught along the left sideline. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped.
It connects on the deep shot. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders break the tie here in the first. Chris Olave with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Finds him over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 5. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Wow, wide open here, complete. And he's out of bounds after a nice pickup to the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
19 tight, 1979 Broncos.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Back to 60.
Again, Daniels to the air. Escapes the pocket. Good game here as he heads out of bounds.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. And he couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line.
You know, that play is so indicative of what we see in training camps all over football. Pursue. Blanketed coverage on the back end. And look at that defense fly. No gain on the play, but it very much feels like a sack for that defense.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Now Daniels to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Crowd left, Yanni. Alpha. Crowd left, Yanni. Carla viene. Delta.
Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. He lofts it deep left. Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right? You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. Finds a seam down the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They get 28 out of that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Daniels on 1st down. Now he'll heave this one deep. He's got it inside the 10. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
1st down from the red zone. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 7-point lead in the 1st. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders grow their lead to 8. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Very set. Delta.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now.
Great, set. Delta.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 21-13. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive.
Set.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Second down and 10. Daniels launches one deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Forced out to his right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Cooper to Gene with the stop. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Ready? Here we go.
Daniels. And the defender comes away with it. Picked out by Quinion Mitchell.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 23. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Oh, it's Silver, ready? Tiger Hornet. Delta.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Finally a rare win for them against this passing game, and a much-needed one to hopefully restore a little morale on that sidelines. 3 first-half touchdowns. They've been lit up like the 4th of July and really needed something that could be a foothold toward a little momentum before we get to halftime.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Great, set. Hey, 73. Delta.
1st down, a run with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete out to the right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And 2:01 on the clock. This is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Flush down now to his left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Commanders with a long field ahead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Into the hands of Olave. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Third and a lone yard coming up. Out of the gun, Daniels. Caught by the open man. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. Catch is made in close. And that's a Washington touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And they'll take the lead. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. He'll throw it. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half.
Great, set.
One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Eagles 27.
Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Commanders will go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And this one does not go far. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
On the move, headed right. Olave with the catch. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And after all that time, still nowhere to throw it, and they bring him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Daniels now. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Commanders ready for the punt. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way, and actually loses yards. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
No touch, set. Yanni. No touch.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
No touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Great, set. No touch.
Throwing here, Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And he moves the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he crosses midfield before going out. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Hurts throwing again. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead...
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And the Commanders get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's on the move. Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. Well, nearly the end of that series, partner. You could almost see those players rooting for the ball to bounce across that sideline before a defender made the recovery.
Yeah, sometimes that sideline's a player's worst enemy, but sometimes...
Now try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, Shaq.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Has it down close. Touchdown, Washington. And now the Commanders face a very important 2-point attempt. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Commanders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
65 guy.
Play fake here. Daniels. He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Ready up.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, denies the first down.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8.
Let's go.
Here's Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. And they won't do it. That ball's incomplete on 4th down.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built himself up a little buffer here, Kate, but it's never over till it's over.
63. No touch.
On 1st down, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No touch.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. He puts some power on a deep one left. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Commanders have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Eagles have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It is Cup, left side. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
No touch.
1st down throwing for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field. Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Great. Set. No touch.
From the pistol, Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Hey. No touch. No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. Chased out to his right. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Working quickly here.
73.
From midfield on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage, or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
No touchdown.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. He put some juice on a deep throw, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders or offensive guys have bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. He puts everything behind this one. This is brought in at the 15. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. He's throwing for it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board. They show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Returning it from the 4. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great. Set. No touchdown.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No touchdown.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
No touchdown.
Hurts now from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
No touchdown.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
73. Man. No touchdown.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop?
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Eagles have some new life in the 4th. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. The ones you get, you have to finish with points.
Alpha. No touchdown.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
No touch.
Hurts trying to get on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
No touch. Sir.
Brings up third down and 14.
No touch.
To throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He finds him beyond the marker. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on fourth down and gets them the first.
Great. Set. No touch.
Hurts. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
No touch.
Hurts throwing again. This finds Smith. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
No touch. Set. Tiger Hornet. No touch.
Throwing it again here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Great. Set. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
They'll throw it again. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? So now it's going to be third and long.
No touch. Set.
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
No touch.
Now to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Commanders take over as he records his 10th career INT.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead.
He's got it deep downfield. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, it came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Now Daniels off to play action. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Philadelphia.